Dear students, welcome to our channel of Chemistry by Simple Rajendra Shukla. Today I'm discussing a very important paper with you, that is MHT CET 2017, which was for the Maharashtra State Board. Let us see what's the first question. A molecule of stachys contain how many carbon atoms? If you know the answer, it is a very direct question that the molecule of stachys has 24 carbon atoms. But in case you don't know, then I'm giving you an idea. Everyone knows the formula of glucose. Children, you all know glucose is C6H12O6. Glucose is a monosaccharide. Glucose is a monosaccharide. Now, stachys, if you know this much, that it is a tetrasaccharide. It is a tetrasaccharide. If you know that much, then the idea which I am giving you to recollect the formula will work. Just add +6 to the carbon and +5 to the oxygen. As a result, you will be getting C12, O11, and you all know H is double of O. This is a disaccharide. Again add 6 to carbon and 5 to oxygen, and you know H will be double. This is a trisaccharide. Again add 6 to carbon, 5 to oxygen, and H will be double of oxygen. This is a tetrasaccharide. It is so clear that the number of carbon in a tetrasaccharide stachys is 24. Let us see the next question, students. Which element among the following does not, ये बहुत ध्यान से पेपर पढ़ना है जब आप सीईटी या नीट या जेई लिखेंगे, ये नॉट पे ध्यान नहीं जाता और हम डज मेक बस इस पे ध्यान देते हैं और डज नॉट पे ध्यान नहीं देते. Does not make a diatomic molecule. Oh, that's very simple. We should just know the molecular formula of the compounds or the elements. They all are diatomic. They contain 2 atoms in their molecule. All B, C, and D contain 2 atoms in a molecule. It is only argon, students, which is monoatomic. So the answer is A. Let us see question number 3. The amino acid which is basic in nature is. If you know the amino acids which contain more number of amino group and it has more number of amino group and comparatively less number of carboxyl are basic in nature. Now, histidine is, you should know the structure, students. Histidine is this. Tyrosine is, Proline. And valine is I'm making the structure of valine. Just a minute. CH3, CH, CH3, CH, COOH, NH2. So who has maximum amino? Oh, it's so very clear. Maximum amino nitrogen are in histidine. So answer is A. Question number 4. For which among the following equimolar aqueous solution Van't Hoff factor has the lowest value? We all know Van't Hoff factor is cations plus anions in the particular aqueous solution. Aluminum chloride is AlCl3. So it will have Al plus 3, Cl minus, Cl minus, Cl minus. So Van't Hoff factor is 4. K2SO4, K plus, SO4 minus 2. So Van't Hoff factor is 3. Ammonium chloride, okay. The ammonium cation and the chloride anion Van't Hoff factor is 2. And urea is organic. It cannot be dissociated. Van't Hoff factor of organic compounds is 1. So the one with the lowest, क्वेश्चन ध्यान से पढ़ने का, हमेशा हम एक ऐसा एक माइंडसेट बना के रखते हैं कि यार हाईएस्ट ही पूछा होगा, and we will immediately mark it. They have asked lowest, so read the question carefully. Answer is urea. Next question number 5. Which among the following represents reduction reaction in the lead accumulator at a positive electrode? Positive electrode, when it is used as a source of electrical energy, meaning electrogenic cell. It is functioning as an electrogenic cell, meaning the lead accumulator is undergoing discharging. It is producing electricity. Discharging यानी कि इलेक्ट्रोजेनिक यानी सेल खुद काम कर रहा है. खुद काम करने वाले सेल में पॉजिटिव इज कैथोड एंड नेगेटिव इज एनोड इन अ इलेक्ट्रोजेनिक सेल. पहले तो ये याद आना चाहिए. This you should know. Now the question is very clear. If you remember, at cathode the reaction is PbO2 solid plus H plus aqueous plus HSO4 minus aqueous gives plus 2 electrons because it is reduction gives PbSO4 solid plus 2 molecules of water, that is liquid. And here we will have at anode Pb solid plus, no, we don't need anode. Why are we trying? Leave it. Why are we trying? Okay, why are we trying? Let us just write the complete reaction of this thing. Let us write the complete reaction directly. I'm just adding Pb here only. Pb solid, PbO2 plus, this gets cancelled because there is lack of space. I'm just rewriting this, kids. I'm not writing anode because there is lack of space. I just write cathode because as such the question is on cathode. So let us write only cathode. Okay, now I'm writing this one only. The reaction is PbO2 solid plus 3H plus aqueous is the same reaction I'm writing which I wrote just now, but little bit more clear because it was getting too congested. Plus 2 electrons gives PbSO4 solid plus 2H2O liquid. This is the discharging reaction at cathode. So answer is, you can just check here. This is plus 4 and it is becoming plus 2. So answer is D. Okay, answer is D. Question number 6. Which of the following is an exception to EAN? I hope everyone remembers what is EAN. In EAN, that is effective atomic number, we take Z of the central atom minus the oxidation number plus 2 into number of ligands. Let us apply. Platinum, Z is, I hope you know, it is 78 minus, let me find the charge, this is 0. So this is plus 4 because plus 4 plus 0 plus 4 हो गया. अब अमोनिया का 0 है तो प्लैटिनम का कितना होगा कि 0 में ऐड करके plus 4 हो, ऑब्वियसली 4 ही होगा. वो ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर इसमें से माइनस करते हैं हम. प्लस 2 इंटू नंबर ऑफ लिगैंड 6 हैं और इस तरह से ये आंसर आ जाएगा इक्वल टू 78 माइनस 4 यानी कि 74 plus 12 will be 86. That is radon. Now this iron is 26 minus, let me just see, this is minus 1, that is total is minus 6, so this will be plus 2. ये 2 इसमें से subtract होगा oxidation number, plus 2 into 6 ligands, 26 minus 2 will be 24, 24 plus 12 will be 36, that is krypton. Let us come here, this 0, this is plus 2, central atom is zinc, atomic number 30, oxidation number you can see here 2 plus 2 into 4, 4 ligands are there, 30 minus 2, 28 plus 4 into 2, 8, 28 plus 8 is again 36 krypton. Then we have copper. Ammonia is a neutral ligand. So 0, 0 plus which number will be total here? Plus 2. Obviously plus 2. Copper atomic number is 29 minus 2 plus 2 into 4. 29 minus 2 is 27. 27 plus 8 will be 35. 35 is bromine. And bromine is an exception to the EAN rule. Effective atomic number rule, that is EAN rule, is basically the number of ligands with which the central metal combines to attain the nearest inert gas configuration, which we are not getting in case of D. So that's the answer. Rest all ABC, you can see there, they are inert gases, radon, krypton, krypton. Question number 7. What is the actual volume occupied by water present in 20 cm3 water? Oh, that's very simple. What is the actual volume occupied by water present in 20 cm3 water? What is the actual volume occupied by water molecules? Here, molecules. present in 20 cm cube of water? It's a direct answer, my dear. Half of the volume occupied in water is empty or unoccupied. Therefore, 10 cm cube of the actual volume is occupied by water molecules present in 20 cm cube of water. Next, which halogen has highest value of negative electron gain enthalpy? See students, we all know halogens always have negative electron gain enthalpy. That is, whenever an electron enters the halogen atom, then energy is released. यानी आप कोई भी हाइड्रोजन एटम लोगे उसमें अगर इलेक्ट्रॉन एंटर करेगा तो इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन होने पर वो कुछ एनर्जी रिलीज करेगा. अब अगर हम सीधा सीधा देखें तो लगता है फ्लोरीन में सबसे ज्यादा कैपेसिटी है इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन करने की, क्योंकि उसका इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी 4 है जो कि हाईएस्ट है. इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी फ्लोरीन का 4 है, क्लोरीन का 3 है, जबकि ब्रोमीन का 2.8 और आयोडीन का सिर्फ 2.5 है. इस तरह से लगता है कि सबसे ज्यादा क्षमता इलेक्ट्रॉन लेने की फ्लोरीन में है और वो सही भी है. और इस तरह से कोई किसी को भी लगेगा कि जो इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन एंथैल्पी है वो फ्लोरीन का सबसे ज्यादा होगा, क्योंकि वो सबसे फास्ट इलेक्ट्रॉन लेगा और सबसे ज्यादा एनर्जी रिलीज करेगा. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है, क्योंकि फ्लोरीन सबसे छोटा एटम है. उसके पास 2 ही शेल हैं, उसका कॉन्फ़िगरेशन 1s2 2s2 2p5 है. इसके पास वेकेंट डी नहीं है. इस तरह से जो आने वाला इलेक्ट्रॉन है उसके पास काफी जगह नहीं है फ्लोरीन के पास उस आने वाले इलेक्ट्रॉन को एकोमोडेट करने की. जबकि उसी के कंपैरिजन में क्लोरीन, जिसका इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी भले थोड़ा कम है लेकिन उसका इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है 1s2 2s2 2p 6 3s2 3p5 और 3s2 3p5 में वेकेंट डी है. इस तरह से जो आने वाला इलेक्ट्रॉन है उसको रहने की काफी जगह है, यानी क्लोरीन उसे बड़े आसानी से एकोमोडेट कर लेता है. यानी कि द फ्लोरीन एटम readily accepts the electron but is not able to keep it stably inside it. But chlorine accepts electron okay slowly, but once electron enters it, it has vacant D which will nicely accommodate the electron in it. That is, the incoming electron in chlorine does not experiences repulsion like the incoming electron in fluorine 2p orbital. Hence, incoming electron in fluorine experiences more repulsion and less attraction. So, energy released by fluorine is comparatively lesser than the energy released by chlorine. So, the electron gain enthalpy order is this. So, answer is chlorine. Next, we go to question number 9. The polymer used in making handles of cookers. Okay, the cookers and the frying pans. मतलब बहुत सारा हीट अप्लाई होने वाला है. अब नायलॉन हीट में तो कोई यूज नहीं करेगा, मरना थोड़ी है. सेम थिंग विद ऑर्लॉन एंड पीवीसी. ओहो, चिपक जाएगा. We all have learned Bakelite is a thermosetting plastic, and a thermosetting plastic becomes hard on applying heat, and hence Bakelite is used in cooker handles and the frying pans. Question number 10. The rate constant for a first order reaction is, let us see the data. 7 into 10 raised to minus 4 per second. Let me just write here. Rate constant यानी कि K is 7 into 10 raised to minus 4 per second. Further, it is given that the initial concentration is 0.0 molar. That is initial concentration A naught 0.00 molar. Half-life it is asking. Oh my God, such a simple question. Half-life का formula है T half is 0.06. No, 0.693 upon K. Correct? So 0.693 upon K is 7 into 10 raised to minus 4. So answer is 990 second. Question number 11. Identify the incorrect. We know this is correct. Change in enthalpy is summation enthalpy product minus reactant. This is the answer. This is also correct. Delta H is delta U plus P delta V. Delta H is delta U plus delta Ng RT is also correct. This is wrong because whenever bond enthalpies are linked, bond enthalpies. For bond enthalpies, it is always summation H naught reactant minus summation H naught product. So answer is C. Question number 12. Which of the following compound has lowest boiling point? N-butyl, isobutyl, sec-butyl, tert-butyl. सबसे पहले क्वेश्चन की नर्व्स पकड़ने का, ये सारे आइसोमर्स हैं. और आइसोमर्स के लिए रूल है बॉइलिंग पॉइंट इज इनवर्स टू ब्रांचिंग. सबसे ज्यादा ब्रांचिंग किस में है? सबसे ज्यादा ब्रांचिंग tert-butyl में है, तो सबसे कम बॉइलिंग पॉइंट उसी का है. Okay, the order is N-butyl, boiling point is more than isobutyl is more than sec-butyl is more than tert. Don't need all this, we just need lowest, so tert is the answer. Come to the next question. What is the chief constituent of Pyrex glass? We should know this. This you must have learned. The chief constituent of Pyrex glass is silica. Silica. Pyrex glass is basically obtained by fusing 60 to 80% silica, around 10 to 25% B2O3, and remaining is L2O3. All these details are given in solid state. Read the topic carefully. Which of the following is Bayer's reagent? Oh my God, such a simple question. Bayer's reagent is alkaline KMnO4. Do you remember where we use the reagent in your 11th standard alkenes topic, second last reaction? When you treat any alkene with alkaline neutral aqueous KMnO4, then the alkaline KMnO4, which is aqueous also, gives you this aqueous, and alkaline KMnO4 gives oxygen. So this is how one of the pi bond breaks and makes 2 sigma, and you get 2OH here. This is also called hydroxylation reaction. This reaction basically decolorizes KMnO4, and hence this can be used as a detection test for the pi bonds or unsaturation in alkenes. What is the SI unit of conductivity? Oh, simple question. Now, you know what is specific conductance or conductivity? Specific conductance or conductivity is a reciprocal of specific resistance or resistivity. Okay. And so simple it is. Conductivity or specific conductance is reciprocal of specific resistance or resistivity, that is rho. Now it's over. So the unit will become ohm inverse, centimeter inverse. Now ohm inverse can be Siemens. So Siemens centimeter inverse or mho centimeter inverse. So answer is B, that is Siemens meter inverse. Okay. What is the hybridization of carbon atom in fullerene? Oh my God, it's so simple. sp2, what do you want me to teach you? Fullerenes are allotropes of carbon. They are called as Buckminster fullerenes. They are cage-like spheroidal molecules with general formula C2N, like C60, C70, etc. C60 or the buckyball consists of 60 carbon atoms arranged in 26 membered and 12 5-membered rings of carbon atoms, giving it an appearance of a saucer ball. Each carbon atom in C60 is sp2 hybridized, forming 3 sigma bonds with other carbon atoms, while the 4th electron remains free and responsible for its conductivity. I hope this is clear. I just gave you a little extra information in the question. Next, question number 17. Conversion of ethyl bromide. Okay, I have to take C2H5Br plus NaI in presence of, it is telling acetone. Oh, that's a very simple reaction. I'll be getting ethyl iodide plus NaBr. My dear students, this is Finkelstein's reaction. Read it. Next, the first law of thermodynamics for isothermal. Okay, isothermal means temperature is constant. If temperature is constant but chalog, then T1 is equal to T2. So delta T will be 0. So the first law of thermodynamics you all know is delta U equal to Q plus W. Now if delta T is 0, then U is a function of temperature. So delta U, that is internal energy, is also, change in internal energy is also 0. So Q, which is heat, and work, W, so Q equal to minus W. So answer is A. Next question. Which of the following compound will give positive iodoform test? ये तो याद कर लो, मैंने कई बार बताया है. पॉजिटिव आयोडोफॉर्म टेस्ट एक ही प्राइमरी अल्कोहल देता है, इथेनॉल. एक ही अल्डिहाइड देता है, इथेनॉल. सारे सेकेंडरी अल्कोहल देते हैं जो कि जिनका की सेकेंडरी OH ग्रुप सेकेंड कार्बन पे है, यानी कि सेकेंडरी एंड सेकेंड कार्बन, थर्ड कार्बन, सेकेंडरी एंड सेकेंड कार्बन. अगर 3 डिग्री सेकेंड कार्बन पे देगा तो नहीं होगा. जैसे कि 2 मिथाइल प्रोपैन 2 ऑल टर्शरी अल्कोहल है, आयोडोफॉर्म टेस्ट नहीं दे सकता. एंड इट इज गिवन बाय ऑल मिथाइल कीटोन्स, दैट इज अल्केन 2 ओन. अब अप्लाई करते हैं. ये अल्केन 2 ऑल है, यानी कि प्रोपैन 2 ऑल है. और प्रोपैन 2 ऑल में देखो CH3 CHOH सेकेंडरी भी है और सेकेंड भी है. प्रोपियन एल्डिहाइड नहीं दे सकता क्योंकि एक ही एल्डिहाइड दे सकता है, इथेनॉल, ये वो नहीं है. इथाइल फिनाइल कीटोन नहीं दे सकता. मिथाइल होना ही चाहिए, देयर शुड बी वन मिथाइल ग्रुप एट लीस्ट इन द कीटोन. सो दिस कैन आल्सो नॉट गिव. बेंजाइल अल्कोहल, दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर, that is CH2OH yani primary alcohol, but in primary alcohol only ethanol can give the test. So benzyl alcohol can also not give. Isopropyl alcohol is a secondary alcohol with the secondary OH group on the second carbon, so it can give you the iodoform test. Question number 20. What is Arrhenius equation? Oh, that's pretty simple. We all know when you apply Arrhenius, when you apply this thing, first order kinetics, and you derive the relationship in Arrhenius theory, you get K equal to A into E raised to minus EA by RT. Now such an option is not given, but this they have taken in the denominator. So obviously the minus sign will go. So answer is C. Which of them among the following reaction is an example of pseudo first order? Now children, one thing keep in your mind, pseudo first order यानी hydrolysis वाले reaction हैं अपने syllabus में. Hydrolysis बहुत सीधी बात है, सिर्फ inversion of cane sugar में होता है, जहां पर C12H22O11 undergoes hydrolysis in acidic medium with excess of water to give you C6H12O6 glucose and C6H12O6 fructose. ये जो सुक्रोज है ये डेक्स्ट्रो रोटेटरी है, ग्लूकोज डेक्स्ट्रो है लेकिन फ्रुक्टोज लेवो है, और फ्रुक्टोज की मात्रा ज्यादा होने की वजह से ये जो एक्वस सुक्रोज है ये लेवो रोटेटरी हो जाता है डेक्स्ट्रो से. दैट इज व्हाई दिस इज इन्वर्जन ऑफ शुगर. दिस इज द आंसर, बिकॉज हाइड्रोलिसिस मैंने पहले ही हिंट दे दिया इस फॉर सूडो. तो रिएक्शंस लाइक hydrolysis of ester, reaction like hydrolysis of cane sugar or sucrose are the answers. Question number 22. The amine which reacts with paratoluene sulfonyl chloride to give a clear solution, which then reacts with acid to give insoluble compound. This is the hint, reacts with acid to give insoluble, यानी एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट करके ये एक प्रेसिपिटेट देता है. अब अगर आपको याद है ये जो पैराटोलिन सल्फोनिल क्लोराइड है ये हिंसबर्ग्स रिएजेंट है, और ये जो प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी और टर्शियरी अमाइन है they can be distinguished from each other by paratoluene sulfonyl chloride, that is Hinsberg's reagent. And if you remember a 1 degree amine, I'll just tell you quickly, a 1 degree amine on sulfonation gives the product which is an insoluble acid, and a 2 degree amine gives the 2 degree amine on sulfonation gives same product, but finally it dissolves in, it is a soluble acid, and a 3 degree amine, that is that is any tertiary amine will give, actually will give the reaction, but on the first step we can say no reaction. So what's the answer? Two options are there, aliphatic primary bhi hai, aromatic primary bhi hai. Anyone? Do you really remember a primary amine with paratoluene sulfonyl chloride? I can see people are attending the lecture but not answering anything. Think, 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 think. अरे कम से कम एक आंसर तो दो यार. Some hint. See here. If you remember, okay, you don't remember. Okay, I give you time. Okay, somebody is answering. No, nobody is answering. Okay. See, children, when you take a primary amine, then the primary amine actually reacts with paratoluene sulfonyl chloride, that is Hinsberg's reagent, or the benzene sulfonyl chloride, and it yields a soluble, something which is, soluble in alkali. I'll just explain you. The hydrogen atom attached to nitrogen in a sulfonamide is a strong acid due to presence of strong electron withdrawing sulfonyl group. Hence, it is soluble in alkali. Who? Primary amine में जो derivative मिलता है, that is soluble in an alkali. But यहाँ पर वो PPT दिखाता है. ये बता रहा है which reacts with acid to give a insoluble compound. यहाँ student confuse हो सकता है. देखो कैसे. अगर आपने 1 डिग्री अमाइन लिया और आपने हिंसबर्ग्स रिएजेंट डाला तो एक पीपीटी मिलता है. पीपीटी अल्कली में डिसॉल्व हो जाता है, सल्यूबल हो जाता है. लेकिन उसने ये नहीं पूछा है कि अल्कली में क्या होता है, उसने पूछा एसिड में क्या होता है. एसिड में इनसल्यूबल कौन रहता है, तो प्राइमरी इज द आंसर. और एलिफैटिक और एरोमेटिक में मोर रिएक्टिव विल बी द एलिफैटिक अमाइन. बट यही अगर वो सवाल में पूछता which then reacts with acid to give insoluble compound which dissolves in alkali, soluble in alkali, और यहाँ आता insoluble in alkali, मतलब जैसे यहाँ दिया है which then reacts with acid to give insoluble compound. मैं वापस एक बार समझाती हूँ, मैं थोड़ा फास्ट बोल दिया. देखो, amine which reacts with paratoluene sulfonyl, ठीक है, ये सब ठीक है जो लिखा है. reacts with acid to give insoluble, लेकिन यहाँ होता reacts with alkali to give insoluble, तो आंसर secondary amine होगा. ये बता रही. okay, the correct charge, that is oxidation number, and coordination number यानी number of ligands. primary valency, secondary valency of K4 FeCN6. इधर solve करते हैं. K4 cyanide oxidation number is -1, so 6 cyanide is -6. This is +4 outside the bracket, so here it will be -4. ये -6 है, so which number when you add to -6 you will get -4, it is +2. और ligand 6 है, so coordination number is 6 and oxidation number is 2. So 2 and 6, C is the answer. Which of the following is used as antiseptic? Oh my God, it's so simple if you have learned. Chloramphenicol is an antibiotic. Bithionol is an antiseptic. हो गया answer. Cimetidine is an antacid. And chlorodiazepoxide is a tranquilizer. So bithionol. Question number 25. In the preparation of H2SO4 from SO2 by lead chamber process, the catalyst is, oh, ये तो याद है और नहीं याद तो नहीं याद है. If you remember the reaction, it is like this: 2SO2 plus O2 plus 2H2O plus NO catalyst gives 2H2SO4 plus NO, obviously catalyst है तो बाहर आ जाएगा. This is the reaction. So in the preparation of sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4 by lead chamber process, mixture containing sulfur dioxide, air and nitric oxide is treated with steam. And in the reaction, nitric oxide functions as a catalyst. Question number 26. In assigning RNS, that is rectus and sinister configuration, which among the following groups has highest priority? I hope you remember the priority order. Do you? No, you don't know. Okay, the priority order is, I'll give you iodine, Br, Cl. It will help you. If you have not learned, you can still learn. Sulfonic, thiol, fluorine, ester, alkoxy, ether group, alcohol group, NO2, NR2. This is not the priority order of the ortho and the para directors, my dear. This is the priority order for the rectus and sinister, that is RNS configuration. It's different. This D is deuterium and H is proton. This is the order. So from the given groups, who has the highest priority? The one which is given to you. Sulfur. So answer is A. You can see ना sulfur सबसे पहले ये sign ऐसा है यहाँ पर. Question 27. The color and magnetic nature of magnate ion. What is magnate ion? MnO4 2 minus. Magnate ion MnO4 2 minus. अब इसमें जो मैग्नीज है इसका ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर तो समझ आता है Mn plus 4O equal to minus 2. So Mn 4O is 4 into minus 2 equal to minus 2. So Mn is 4 2 minus 8. इधर गया plus 8 so plus 6. So Mn is plus 6. अब अगर Mn plus 6 है तो कॉन्फ़िगरेशन हो गया आर्गन. वैसे Mn का कॉन्फ़िगरेशन क्या है? आर्गन 3d 5 4s 2 करेक्ट. बट 6 हो गया तो आ गया Mn 3d 1. Now 3d 1 means it has one unpaired electron. It has one unpaired electron. If it has one unpaired electron, children, you all know it is very clear. It is paramagnetic. ये तो clear हो गया. It is paramagnetic. मतलब आंसर B और C तो हो ही नहीं सकता. ठीक है. अब ये याद होना चाहिए that मैग्नेट आयन इज ग्रीन. और ये तो सबको पता है यार, पर्पल तो हो ही नहीं सकता. कितना बार हम लोग ने लैबोरेटरी में पढ़ा है कि MnO4 इज पर्पल. clear answer is A. Question number 28. The osmotic pressure of a solution containing 34.2 gram of cane sugar, molar mass 342 in 1 liter, okay, volume at temperature 20 degree. ठीक है, सबसे पहले डेटा लिख लेते हैं. Weight of solute 34.2 gram. Volume of the solution 1 liter. Molar mass of the solute 342 gram per mole. Temperature is given to us 20 degrees, that is 20 plus 273 यानी कि 293 Kelvin. Now we want to find osmotic pressure. You know pi is equal to CRT. You know C is moles upon volume, so pi is equal to N by V RT. अभी moles हमारे पास नहीं है, तो moles भी substitute कर देते हैं. Moles is given weight upon molar weight. So formula becomes pi is equal to M RT upon M. No, M will come down. This will be W because moles is W by M. So we will have 1 minute. WRT upon M into V. सब्स्टिट्यूट कर देना है, खाली कुछ भी नहीं है. 34.2 लीटर है और ये सारे आंसर एटमॉस्फेयर में दिए हैं, तो R लीटर में डाल देते हैं. 0.0821 into temperature is 293 upon molar mass is 342 and volume is 1 liter. So you can solve. When you solve, you will realize that the answer is 2.4. That is A. Question number 29, second last question. देखिए पेपर में 50 क्वेश्चन आए थे. I am discussing 30 in this video, and in next video I'll upload the remaining 20. Now, name the process that refines aluminium. Aluminium is best refined by Hooke's process. Take out your MCQ book. Go to, in MCQ book, you can go to P block, group 13-14. You'll find there. In fact, we have discussed in class also. Just read it. Question number 30. Third butyl ether on reaction with cold HI. See, cold HI means 0 degrees centigrade. 0 degrees centigrade मतलब बाय प्रोडक्ट कभी वाटर नहीं होगा यहाँ पर. अगर 100 डिग्री होता ना तो बाय प्रोडक्ट वाटर होता और फिर रिएक्शन कंप्लीट करना डायरेक्ट है, बस पानी निकालना है हमें. लेकिन यहाँ कोल्ड है, थर्ड ब्यूटाइल मिथाइल ईथर, सो कोल्ड HI से ऑब्वियसली वाटर तो नहीं है बाय प्रोडक्ट. 0 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. अब जब भी एक साइड मिथाइल है और दूसरा साइड ब्रांच्ड है, so the reaction will proceed by SN1 mechanism, and SN1 में third butyl carbocation बनेगा which will attack the iodide negative, so the product will be third butyl iodide and the alcohol will be methanol. That's all in this video, students. Keep studying, keep learning, do a lot of revisions. Stay blessed. Love and blessings to all of you.